Yep.
Yeah, sounds good. Welcome back to the Bobby Brown and Stephen Plofker gym on the campus of Emerson College. Alongside Jackson Tolliver, I'm Jared Veluzzi, getting ready for this women's basketball showdown. And it's a conference matchup between the Wheaton Lions and the Emerson Lions. And Jackson, going into this one, Emerson, they've been red hot as of late, winning 3 straight.
That's exactly right, Jared. First of all, let me say, happy to be back with you. Hope you had a great break. And ECS is very happy to be back. I'm excited to watch this Emerson team. Olivia Delorier is going absolutely nuclear right now. The starting point guard, the junior, had a double-double last game against New England College, 20 points and 10 rebounds, absolutely on a tear. Emerson's on a 3-game winning streak right now, helped by, of course, Delorier, as I mentioned, also the sophomore, Devin Hill, the Milton Academy product, who is a defensive force and a really solid forward who can get production going easy. Wheaton, on the other hand, 3-game losing streak, but they are 10-6 to start the season. So this should be a good game in the conference. Both these teams have only played 1 game apiece in the conference. So let's see how this one plays out, Jared. I'm looking forward to it.
Should be a great one. Wheaton wins the opening tip there in the road blue, going from right to left on your screen. Emerson in the home whites, going from left to right. So first possession for Wheaton, as Nasha Arnold, number 42, getting a couple recent starts starting here today. Now double team on Keeter. Tough pass hauled in by Arnold off the backboard. That one rattles out, but does a great job getting the rebound. Last touch by Emerson.
That was Nasha Arnold there who went up with the bucket. Now, that's a freshman out of North Reading, Massachusetts. Didn't really start at the beginning of the season, but recently has been getting the nod in the last few games. She's really rising in the team standings. Last time out, she had 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Just really solid production overall.
And it'll be a turnover for Wheaton, as Emerson will now take over. It'll be Gibbons inbounding it over to Olivia Delorier. And like you mentioned before, Delorier has been tremendous for Emerson.
All 5 starters really have recently. It's been great play.
And inside, Hill's shot short. And that one will go back to Wheaton.
I think she stepped out of bounds there. Arnold's going to inbound this one now to Abby Fernandez. Now let's talk about Fernandez. Yep. The sophomore, she's the real star of this team. She's 4th in the NUMAC in total points with 13.6 points per game, with great shooting stints to go along with that as well. 38.3 from the field, 31.3 from 3. Now the lines where it could get a little bit better. It's only 54.9%, as we're going to get another offensive foul going Emerson's way. But Fernandez is the one to watch from Wheaton for sure, number 22.
Yeah, and speaking of Fernandez, she had 37 against Eastern Nazarene earlier in the year. If 22 in blue gets hot, it could be very dangerous. As Devin Hill, the sophomore, with it. Hill drives. Devin Hill with the left hand. That one no good.
Hill can usually finish, though. She's a great interior finisher.
And Fernandez looking to get things going for Wheaton. Now here's Keeter. Gonna fire a 3. Keeter in and out.
Weren't sure. I personally wasn't sure if Keeter was going to start. It's either going to be her or Kiernan. They seem to sort of alternate the starting roles, but she does get the start this time. She's solid from the line, 87%.
And Carla Polino with the jump shot, 2-0 Emerson.
That's a great shot from Polino. Wasn't quite outside. She hasn't had the best shooting from the line, you could say. Only 9.1% from there, but that was a great mid-range shot from the senior.
Kiki Walters on the far side, the freshman for Wheaton, has played phenomenal. Gets over to Greta Minnows from downtown. Wheaton takes the lead early, 3-2.
Good one from Minnows, shooting 33.8% from 3 throughout the season. She's got some pretty solid production for this team.
And Ella Bushy has also been phenomenal. She gets out to Devin Hill. Hill puts it on the floor. Devin Hill with the right hand. Some contact there, no foul.
That should have been a foul in my opinion, but the ref saw it another way.
Fernandez, pull-up jumper. That one no good. Last touch by Emerson.
Fernandez can really get that ball through the hoop, as we've seen. I mean, like I said, 4th in the NUMAC in total points, but let's talk about how young this team is also. Fernandez is only a sophomore. Minnows is only a sophomore. Arnold's a freshman. Kiki Walters is also a freshman, the star guard who we haven't had a chance to talk about much yet. And Keeter is also a freshman. So 3 starters are freshmen for the Wheaton Lions.
Wheaton's an extremely young team. As a lot of freshmen and sophomores, they have been playing very well, though. As they have an early 3-2 lead here, 7:29 left in the first quarter. And Devin Hill working in her office.
Just like I said, she can finish in the paint really, really well.
So Hill gets on the board for Emerson. They have a 4-3 lead. Now Fernandez, great move. That's going to be some contact.
Yeah, bad foul there from Devin Hill. We're going to see if Fernandez can knock these down. Like I said, hasn't been the best from the free throw line. Only 54.9% on the season.
Yeah, that has been one of the very few lacking points in her game. She has been tremendous for Wheaton. She gets her first point of the game as we are all tied up at 4. And Fernandez, the NUMAC Rookie of the Year last season. She goes 2 for 2 from the line, and Wheaton has a 5-4 lead.
Yeah, she's got a bright future, doesn't she? Here's Chelsea Gibbons now, who's so important to this team. Haven't got a chance to talk about her at all, but she's a sharpshooter. 40.9 from the three-point line. 9.4 points per game, the Foxborough product.
Kiki Walters gonna try for a jumper. That one falls. Wheaton gonna extend their lead as Walters gets the long range too.
She's pretty good from three-point, 35% on the year, so you expect most of those to fall if she's wide open.
Yeah, Walters, another one of those terrific young players. And now great pass to Hill, but that one, it looked like it was tipped by Mueller.
So I believe that makes Hill 1 for 4 on the game so far when they feed her down low. That seems to be a huge part of their strategy so far.
An offensive rebound by Arnold, and Jackson, we have talked about Nasha Arnold in the beginning. Such a key player down the stretch here for Wheaton. She makes another great play.
Yeah, she does make another great play there. And like I said, she's becoming a bigger player as the season continues to go on. You know, freshman coming in, didn't get minutes right away, just worked her way up, hustled for it. Only averaging 3.7 points per game, so they're not looking for scoring necessarily from her. They're looking for her solid defense. They're looking for her ball movement, right? They're looking for her rebounds. She leads the team in rebounds per game, actually, with 6.9.
Yeah, Arnold was tremendous at Bishop Fenwick High School as she shoots another free throw. That one good to go. Wheaton has a 9-4 lead. Now checking in for Emerson, Mackenzie Bruno, the sophomore from New Jersey. A player honestly similar to Arnold, very scrappy, good defensive player,
right,
and makes an impact on the boards.
Believe that's going to be on Arnold. Oh, it's an offensive on Delorier. Delorier is going to get the push.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Delorier get more involved in this game. Obviously been quiet so far, 0 points. Hasn't really been doing much, but if she gets hot, then Wheaton's in trouble.
Delorier has had some terrific outbursts this season. Had 20 in the opener against Wentworth. And her and Ella Bushy combined for 46 points last game. A huge reason on why they were able to beat New England College. Fernandez gives it off to Arnold. Now Kiki Walters here on the near side. Mueller at the top of the key, gets it inside to Arnold. Arnold fadeaway jumper, that one goes in.
That's
Wheaton
a tough post fade right there.
with the 7-point lead.
Great move. Like I said, Arnold really rising up. She's above her points per game average now already.
Inside, Bushy. It's going to be a blocking foul.
Yeah, definitely got her in the face there with the elbow, but they're going to call it a block? Yeah, they're going to call it a block. It's going to be on 13. Maddie Mueller, who recently checked in. I think her elbow almost caught her face, but they're going to call it a block instead.
Check in for Wheaton, Riley Sprague, the sophomore. 3-time All-State out of Rhode Island. Now Bruno takes a spill, still able to keep her dribble. And Ella Bushy gets things back out to the corner. Now here's Polino, and it will be a blocking foul.
Wow, tough fall there from Sprague. Riley Sprague, the sophomore, who also recently checked in, but they're going to call it a block again. I don't know if they're being generous with those or if Wheaton's sort of selling it.
And Polino, that was Gibbons. Bounce pass over to Polino, corner 3, that one no good.
Yeah, like I said, the 3-point percentage for Polino hasn't been great, but she's not afraid to shoot it, which is good from your starter. Polino is so important to this team. I mentioned Chelsea Gibbons earlier, but Polino, the other senior in the starting lineup out of San Jose, California. And she does have a low 3-point percentage, but her field goal percentage is a lot better, 35.8, averaging 5.6 points per game. She's a real leader on this team, Jared.
And Chelsea Gibbons drove in and will draw some contact. Gibbons, the senior from Foxborough, Mass.
And there's the first foul of the game for Fernandez. Now, Seems like there's a lot of fouls coming in here for Wheaton, but they've been spread across the board. No one player seems to be in foul trouble quite yet.
Bushy loses that, but miscommunication picked up by Bruno. Mackenzie Bruno, great move, and the
tough
finish.
Tough finish from Mackenzie Bruno, who recently subbed in. Haven't gotten a chance to talk about her yet. That's a 5'10 sophomore out of Howell, New Jersey, who's played in every single game so far this season, averaging just above 16 minutes per game.
And Delorier almost losing a handle on it.
Jump ball.
As Wheaton with a 5-point lead, 4:41 left in the first quarter.
Ava Salty checking in now. The 5'4 guard from Melville, New York, who's played 14 games so far this season.
And Salty last year as a sophomore was a terrific 3-point threat. She will definitely be someone from downtown to make an impact on Emerson. As Fernandez picks up her dribble, bounces it inside, and Keeter puts it up, no good. Rebound by Walters, and she gets the second chance opportunity to go.
Kiki Walters, the star freshman out of Pennsylvania. She's got 6.7 points per game, and in this one, she has 4.
Wheaton up by 7. And that pass, a little bit too much to handle for Polino. Wheaton will take over.
I think that was a good pass from Delorier. Just barely got away from Polino. Now, Emerson obviously finds himself down by 7 points early in the game. And I think to get back in this, they're going to need to see some more ball movement, some different type of strategies to try to break through Wheaton's really strong interior defense so far.
Emerson has numbers. Here's Delorier. Looking to bounce it to Gibbons, doesn't get through.
Yeah, another miscommunication there off the fast break. Really should have been 2 points for Emerson.
3:45 left in the first quarter. Emerson trails Wheaton 13-6. And it looked like almost great ball movement, but it'll be a travel.
Gonna call that a travel on who's that, Keeter? Yeah, they're gonna call it on Regan Keeter, the freshman out of Colorado. Salty gonna inbound the ball now. She's had a nice season. Hasn't attempted a free throw yet, believe it or not.
And Chelsea Gibbons dribbling just above the logo, giving it off to Carla Polino. Polino looking for Gibbons in the corner. Gibbons finds Bruno.
Good
now,
ball movement.
Far side three, Salty, no good.
Yeah, Salty's three-point shooting numbers have dropped off a little bit since last year. Now she's only got 21.3% on the year, but she can pick those up. She's a really solid contributor. Good ball handler, good passer.
Walters' three-point attempt, no good, rebounded by Polino.
See what Delorier can do here. Her team down 7. She's gonna take it herself.
Great move. Just a little too strong on the finish. Just under 3 minutes left. Wheaton up by 7. And Keeter over to Kiernan. That one a little bit too high. Sails over Kiernan's head. Emerson takes over.
Yeah, miscommunications by both sides have kept this one scoreless for quite a while now. Still at 13-6, a very low-scoring game. And the defense has been good, but like I said, it's been a lot of mistakes from both sides offensively.
And the defense has been solid, just like you said, but Emerson looking to get things going offensively. As Bruno with it now. Mackenzie Bruno drives in the paint, looking to finish once again,
tough.
and she gets it to go.
Finally get a bucket. Felt like it's been forever, but Mackenzie Bruno able to get one there. I believe that's her second bucket. Yeah, she's got 4 points now.
And Bruno's done a good job around the rim. As Keeter. Great bounce pass from Kiernan, and it was Fernandez on the finish.
That's a great cut off the strong side baseline for Fernandez. She can score in so many different ways. She can shoot, obviously, but she can also cut and finish. She's got some pretty good size standing at 5'8".
Delorier working on the near side, uses the screen from Bruno, now gets it back to Bruno. The jumper from Mackenzie Bruno is no good, rebounded by Fernandez. Now Wheaton looking to run. Fernandez uses the screen. Gets it out to her teammate Minos. Jumper from Keeter, no good.
There's some real size for you from Keeter. She's standing at 6'2", that freshman. And Emerson doesn't have anyone above 6 feet at all on the squad. So Wheaton does have the slight height advantage.
Hey, that'll certainly be something to watch out for as the game goes down the line, the height advantage that Wheaton has. But here's a three-point attempt by Emerson, no good.
Delorier can't quite find her shot yet tonight. 0 points. She's been quiet.
And Keeter from downtown, no good, a little too strong.
Yeah, Keeter hasn't been great from the three-point line, only 20%.
Approaching the 1 minute mark now. Emerson trails by 7. Liv Delorier makes it only 5.
There it is. Now she can finally find the basket. I love that cut. You know, she's been trying to move the ball. She's been trying to get those mid-range or three-pointers. If it doesn't work, just take to the hole, Jared.
46 seconds left. Munoz now inside, off the backboard and in. It was
Kiernan.
Kiernan as Wheaton up by 7.
That's a good post move from Kiernan there. Wheaton right now just using their size to their advantage. I think
Just about a
Polino's been in the whole
7-second
game.
difference between shot clock and game clock. It looked like Delorier might have drawn contact there.
Yeah, she did draw a foul. Delorier now going to be at the line, and she shot 75.9%. You'd expect both of them to go in.
I gets
Quinn
that one
O'Connor
again.
also checks back in. Sorry, Chelsea Gibbons, rather.
And 22.5 seconds left on the clock. Emerson gets within 5.
Now Quinn O'Connor will check in.
Yeah, O'Connor from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
She's played all 16 games as well.
The junior has made an impact. Now the shot clock is off. Wheaton has the opportunity to hold it for the last shot. Fernandez giving it off. Munoz uses the screen. Three-pointer, no good. 4 seconds left, getting the offensive rebound. Munoz
Oh,
stuffed.
good block.
What a play off the backboard, no good. And Quinn O'Connor making the impact like she has a bunch this season.
Yeah, talk about an immediate impact from Quinn O'Connor, who we haven't gotten a chance to talk about yet because she just checked in to wrap up the end of that first. But she's played in all 16 games, averaging 3.5 points per game off 35.6% field goals. Hasn't made a three-pointer yet this season, though. We'll see if that changes this game.
Emerson trailing by 5, and Wheaton has really had control in this one, but the Lions offense, they picked up things towards the end of the quarter.
Yeah, like I said, the story of that first for me was just miscommunication off both sides of the ball. I mean, defensively, both teams have been good. Offensively, I haven't seen the type of energy that I want from Emerson. There's been some miscommunications, some bad passes. I would love to see some more focus on driving the ball. They've found Devin Hill in the post. They've found Mackenzie Bruno in the post. It's worked somewhat, but we saw that great play where Liv Delorier was able to just drive it, take it straight to the hole, not have to rely on that mid-range shot or that three-point shot when it's not falling. I'd love to see the Lions, with an I, that is, because remember, both these teams are the Lions. Emerson with an I, Wheaton with a Y. The Lions with an I would love to see them drive more to the basket, focus on their speed, on their aggression, really try to take back command in this game.
And once again, that is another big theme in this game that we will be following. Emerson trailing by 5. It looks like it'll be junior Ava Salty will be the one inbounding it.
Yeah, Salty's got a lot of energy. It's good to keep her in, I think.
Multi-sport athlete, was a member of the NUMAC championship soccer team. As Emerson looking to get things going, Bruno loses her handle. Wheaton will take over. And dribbling up the court
Sprague with the ball.
was Sprague. Now Walters.
And they got
Arnold
Kiki
dishing
Walters back in, the
inside.
star freshman.
Arnold puts it on the floor. Great move. Shot no good. Rebound by Bushy.
Yeah, good move. Couldn't quite get the finish there, Nasha Arnold, but good effort.
Now Gibbons around the top of the key gives it off to O'Connor. Bruno dishes it inside. That one knocked away by a Wheaton defender.
Yeah, I think not enough movement there on the offense. Let's try to get some screens. Let's try to get some more complex schemes involved. A lot of standing around.
And Walters with a good move initially, but the shot unable to go.
Yeah, Coach Gould telling them
8:55
now,
left.
spread the ball, spread the ball. Not a lot of movement going on.
But Gibbons likes her chances. Emerson only down by 2 now.
I mentioned it earlier, Chelsea Gibbons. She's the sharpshooter on this team, shooting 40.9 from 3.
Now Kiki Walters with it. Inside looking for Arnold, does a great job holding into the pass. And Wheaton up by 4.
Nasha Arnold, you can see she passed up the 3 initially. Emerson must know that she's not the best from the line. She shoots 7.7% from 3. Obviously not great. So Emerson can afford to clog up the paint a little more, make it more difficult for them to get those inside looks.
There'll be a foul on Wheaton as that one. And here's Ava Salties, makes a great move, finds Ella Bushy inside, and Emerson's within 2.
Yeah, that was a great no-look pass from Ava Salty to Ella Bushy, who we haven't called her number much this game, but great no-look pass. Saw the celebration. She's loving it.
And Minos with a beautiful crossover. Finding her teammate Arnold, that shot no good.
Yeah, they gave her minimal contest there because, as I said, you can count on her to not make it from the 3-point line, but she's such a tough interior finisher that you have to keep an eye on her at all times because she will make those elusive cuts.
And checking back into the game for Emerson, Carla Polino. And
Fernandez is coming back in. She's seen enough. Emerson able to chip away at the Wheaton lead, only down 2 now.
Looking like the inbound is Fernandez, finding Keeter. Now into Arnold inside. Arnold with the right hand.
I mean, that's a great move. That's a fantastic finish from Nasha Arnold, and that's exactly what I said. Might not be a threat from deep, but she's a great interior finisher. She can finish in the post, she can cut.
As O'Connor went into a sea of Wheaton defenders. Now here's Walters. Numbers aren't there for Wheaton, but Fernandez pull-up jumper, mid-ranger, no good.
They're going to call that an over-the-back foul on Kiki Walters, who would have came up with the rebound if not for that call. And that is her first foul of the game.
Only down by 4, and yeah, that is Walters' first foul of the game. She's been a really key player for Wheaton, as she was named All-State in her senior year of high school. Now, as a first-year player, has been terrific. Salty on the far side, gives it off to Bushy. Ella Bushy, the leading scorer, back to Salty. Salty thought about it, puts it on the floor. And now Polino looking to go off the glass, no good.
Yeah, Polino got him off the baseline, just couldn't really finish there. That was a good move. And that's what I want to see, Jared. I want to see that cutting to the basket, whether it be weak side, baseline, whatever it is, whatever works. Figure out, try some different things because right now the offense hasn't been consistent.
Arnold gets inside the Keeter, finds Fernandez. That one no good.
Yeah, fans are calling for a travel there on Nasha Arnold. Refs didn't call it.
And O'Connor
bang, bang.
Bangs the corner 3 in. Lions within 1, but Ava Salty looking a little banged up on the far side of the court, and she's had a pretty solid game for Emerson so
She
far.
has, and you ready for this, Jared? That was Quinn O'Connor's first 3 of the season, first 3-pointer made, and it comes at a good time.
Yeah, and that was a timely 3 as Emerson.
Oh, never mind. They're going to call it a 2-pointer.
Foot must have been on the line from our angle. A little bit tough to tell.
The ref just came over and told her it was a 2-point basket.
That was a far side attempt, but regardless, Emerson within 2, and it looked like Wheaton kind of had a stranglehold on this game in the opening minutes, really started out the first quarter, but Emerson really fought back now. Yeah,
that was a great job from Emerson. Doing some more of what I said. Maybe I should be an assistant coach, honestly, Jared, because they've been cutting.
You should be on the staff.
Honestly, because as soon as I said it, and maybe, I think they might have heard me over there. As soon as I said they start cutting, looking for drives to the basket, kickouts, if you have a dynamic offense like that, with the forwards clicking, with the guards clicking, looking for cuts, looking for the right pass, then you start doing well. And the defense has also been very solid. They've held Wheaton in this quarter. And I like what I'm seeing so far from Emerson.
Yeah, Coach Gould's squad playing better in this second quarter as Emerson's within 2, but Abby Fernandez gets it out to Keeter. Fernandez picks up her dribble, looking for Minos. Now back to Keeter inside, off the glass and in.
Yeah, great job just staying there, using her pure size to get that ball in off the glass.
Yep, using all of that 6'2" frame to her advantage. Now putting it on the floor, it was O'Connor.
That looked like a travel to me, yeah. Looked like a travel. It was indeed a travel.
And we mentioned Salty was injured earlier, but back up on her 2 feet on the bench. So looks like she will be good to go. Just under 6 minutes left in the half. Here's Arnold with the left hand, unable to get it anything as that one out of bounds. Emerson takes over.
Yeah, Arnold tried to get Polino on the weak side, just didn't quite work out for her. But like I said, she is a threat on the interior. Hasn't been the best this game, but she's got a lot of touches. They're giving her clearly a lot of opportunity as this continues to go. As a little mishap there on the inbound, but Emerson will retain possession.
As try number 2 for the inbound, much easier as Chelsea Gibbons will dribble just over midcourt now. 5:45 left in the half. Emerson trails by 4. Deloria gets it inside to Bushy. She puts it up, but unable to find anything.
Yeah, I didn't see much there in terms of contact. I think that was a legal basketball play, so I think it's a good no call.
And Minyo surrounded by a group of defenders in white.
Oh, Gould is upset. Gould talking to the ref right now because they just called that one a jump ball. And Wheaton's going to retain possession.
So will stay with the squad in blue. And checking out of the game for Wheaton was Nasha Arnold. She leads all scorers with 8. As Ryan Sachs goes back in, but it looks like it will be an offensive foul, and that'll go against Walters.
That's Kiki Walters' second foul, offensive one there, costing the Lions at the Y possession. If you missed our coverage of the men's basketball game that happened right before this one, the Lions were able to defeat the Lions at the Y, the Wheaton men's team. Thrilling game that was, Jared, wasn't it?
Delorier working on Walters, but she travels. One too many steps there for Liv Delorier, and Wheaton will take over.
Yeah, Delorier had a great game last game, as we were talking about. Hasn't quite came out with that same, I wouldn't say intensity, because she has had the intensity. I'd say same amount of luck with those shots falling. It really hasn't been there for her.
As your Sachs. Kiki Walters just above the 3-point line. Sachs gets it inside to Keeter. Looking for the give and go, but Ava Salty has something else to say about it. Emerson has an opportunity here.
Yeah, Emerson did their job with their scouting because they left Sachs open too.
Salty for 3. She hits it.
Big time shot there from Ava Salty. And the Lions are going to just go back behind 1. Like I said, when she gets that shot going, you know, she's one of the smallest girls on the team, but she certainly has a lot of energy.
Yeah, one of the leaders on this Emerson team. And, you know, we could talk about Ava Salty's energy all night long, as she really is a key player for this squad. And speaking of Salty, she has the ball right now. Dishes it off to Polino. Polino feeds it inside to Bushy. Bushy loses a step, but it'll be a foul on Wheaton.
Yeah, Wheaton's getting in some foul trouble a little bit. But again, like I said, it's not just on one player. It's like spread evenly. So I wouldn't say anyone's in danger of fouling out, but everyone, it seems like just about, besides Sydney Ropes on the court right now, has fouled at least once, who's played.
Bushy using the screen, picks up her dribble. And jump shot there. Unable to touch the rim. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Delorier with it. Salty able to handle it. 5 seconds on the clock. Salty's going to have to get it up. Driving, Salty puts it up. That one no good. Offensive rebound originally. And it looks like it'll be a held ball.
I think they're going to give that one to Wheaton, but oh no, they're going to give it to Emerson. Great. I was looking for contact there on Salty, me personally. It looked like a foul, but they didn't give it to her.
And Polino able to stay with it, and she gets the bucket. Emerson with a 1-point lead.
Great buck from Polino. That's her second one of the game so far. Comes at a big moment. Look at that, Jared. Emerson has the lead.
A lot of momentum going for the home team right now, as Emerson will take over. 24-23 lead, and for this Emerson offense, it's really been a balanced attack.
Yeah,
a lot of different players getting in on the action.
First quarter, came out a little flat. Wasn't finding the looks that you wanted to find. But in this quarter, the defense has been solid, and the offense has been even more solid, as Delorier is going to head to the line.
Yeah,
get her first two from the stripe.
Going Emerson's way.
She's already shot from the stripe. That's Fernandez's second.
As Delorier, no good on the first one. 71% free throw shooter.
Yeah, she made the first 2. So she makes this. You expect 3 out of 4 to go in. Yep, that follows the percentage.
Yep. Around 75 for the game. So Delorier gets her 5th point of the night. As Emerson enjoying a 2-point lead, but Riley Sprague looking to answer for Wheaton.
And I love the balance I've seen so far from the Emerson Lions, right? Everyone's gotten a chance to score. Everyone's gotten the ball. Great steal from Aiden Salty there. You can see the defensive energy really shining through. But like I said, I like the ball movement. Let's see if we see it on this possession.
Yeah, the Lions are feeling it. Salty's been great on both sides of the court. And now great bounce pass, the finish. Emerson on a bit of a run.
See, that is great in dynamic offense. Every single Emerson player touched the ball on that possession, finishing with a great cut from Ella Bushy.
And it's been team basketball as Bushy with a key bucket. Now corner 3, it's Sprague, no good.
Good board there from Bushy. She's coming up big in the last few minutes of this quarter.
Gibbons looking to pull up for 3. That one a little bit short. Rebounded by Polino. Second chance opportunity. It's good.
Great hustle there from Polino. Missed the first. Able to get her on board, get the offensive glass, go right up with the putback.
Emerson up by 6. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. 3-pointer by Ropes. No good. Rebounded by Salty.
That's
Bushy
great
looking
defense.
to run. Ella Bushy flying down court. Picks up her dribble. Salty will settle things.
Passing it around the perimeter now. Let's get some cutters on the inside. Yeah, we got 4 on the outside.
And Bushy off the screen. Ella Bushy, what a move and what a finish.
What a cut from Ella Bushy. And Wheaton's got to call a timeout because that is a huge run from the Emerson Lions, able to find themselves up 8 points now as the half is drawing to a close.
Yeah, this Emerson offense really feeling it. But of course, we've talked about, praising the players that have been putting the ball in the basket. How about the Lions defensively, though?
Oh, certainly. I mean, they've been able to stop Wheaton that came out so hot. They've been able to look at Fernandez. And as I said earlier, they've really did their scouting for this game because they've left the players on the three-point line who they can leave on the three-point line. That allows you to have more bodies inside the paint, which is going to make it harder for your cutters to finish on the interior.
Yeah, and with that, Emerson is up by 8 after really trailing for the majority of the first quarter.
Yeah, and what else I like? As I said earlier, team effort. There hasn't been just one player who's made it all happen, right? We talked earlier, is it going to be Liv Delorier? Is it going to be Devin Hill who's going to really make it happen for the Lions? Devin Hill we haven't seen much of in the second period. Hopefully she's doing okay, but, the women that are on the court right now have all been sharing the ball well, making cuts in the second quarter, finding the right play.
And Fernandez gets the answer that Wheaton was looking for, so the Lions with a Y stop the bleeding just a bit. But
yeah, Fernandez has got to get going if they're going to even this up by the end of the half.
Yeah, she'll be a key player down the stretch. As a pass to Delorier in the far side corner, but it looked like her foot was on the line.
Yeah, Delorier just stepped out of bounds there. Untimely turnover there as Wheaton looks to get some momentum back going into the locker room.
And a 3-pointer for Wheaton would make it a 1-possession game, but we'll see what they have cooking on offense. As Sprague picks up her dribble, far side. Great pass to Arnold, and here's the 3-pointer they were looking for. Minos, no good.
And that's unfortunate for Wheaton because Minos can usually knock those down. Shoots 33.8% from the 3-point line, one of the best on the team.
Yeah, if anyone that they wanted to shoot a 3, it was Minos, but the corner attempt, no good. Approaching the 1-minute mark now. Delorier stopping on a dime, still with it. Liv Delorier putting up with the right hand, no good. Fight for the rebound, won by Wheaton.
I would have loved the call there on Delorier. It looked like there was a lot of contact. Arms came down, in my opinion.
Sprague gets the long shot to go. Wheaton within 3.
Yep, this is what you don't want if you're Emerson. As I said, Wheaton is going to want to pull this closer as they head into the locker room. Make this an even game at half. Try to stop the bleeding that has come from Emerson's absolute offensive onslaught. They've been able to do so thus far.
And Bruno fought through a double-team shot, unable to get to the basket. So shot clock is off now as Sprague does a good job handling it. We'll see what Wheaton elects to do if they wait for the last shot.
The refs are really letting them play this game, Jared, don't you think?
Yeah, it's
not a lot of foul calls at all.
It's It's been very physical. Fernandez, the long two-pointer. Wheaton within one. 7 seconds left in the half. Emerson's going to have to get one up here.
See, 3 seconds.
With it, that pass knocked away. Great hands there by Fernandez. We'll see how much time they put back on the clock.
I think they're just going to keep it at .1. Clock was pretty accurate there.
That will do it for the half, barring some sort of miracle. And the shot will not get off, and that'll be the end of the first half. In Jackson, Wheaton got off to a great start, but it was Emerson storming back, and they have a 1-point lead here.
Yeah, as I said, Jared, they're going to look to even it up by the half, take that lead, or not lead, but almost lead into the locker room. But the Lions, the Emerson Lions, that is, have to still feel confident with the way they played in that second quarter. Take what's good about that quarter, the cutting. You know, finding the right play every time, ball movement, solid defense, and like I said, clogging that paint, leaving people on the three-point line outside the perimeter that you can, so that you make it difficult for those interior finishers, which they have so many on Wheaton.
And it was a great first half. We'll be back with the action-packed second half ahead of us after the break. Welcome back to the Bobbi Brown and Stephen Plofker gym on the campus of Emerson College as we are gearing up for the second half of action between Emerson and Wheaton alongside Jackson Tolliver. I'm Jared Veluzzi as Emerson leads 31-30 after a great second quarter, and offensively, they've really been playing some team ball, Jackson.
Yeah, this has been an absolute pleasure of a game to watch, right? First quarter, Wheaton came out really off the block hot. They came out offensively, do what they wanted to do, had Emerson down 7 at the end of the first, but Emerson able to really bounce back, have a great offensive showing throughout that second quarter until about the last 2 minutes or so. They saw themselves up big, and then Wheaton was able to cut into it in the last 2 minutes, only reduce that deficit to 1 point. But what it's been for Emerson is ball movement. We haven't seen any one player really come out and knock the lights out. Like we talked about at the beginning of the game, Delorier did it last game. Maybe we'll see someone emerge and do that in this second half. But for now, it's been great team basketball. All the starters out right now have scored. It's 5 points for Delorier, 6 points for Bushy, 2 points for Devin Hill, 6 points for Carla Polino, and 3 for Chelsea Gibbons. As you can see, no one player has jaw-dropping numbers that are really popping off the board. It's only 6 points is the leading total for an individual player. So it's been a lot of ball movement, a lot of sharing, a lot of cutting, just finding the right basket for the right person. Let's see if that continues in this half.
As second half underway, Emerson with the 1 point lead, and Abby Fernandez for Wheaton will look to get things going.
Fernandez had a really solid first half, 6 points, but who had a better first half was Nasha Arnold, able to score 8. Really good cutting, really good interior presence from the 5'11" freshman.
Yeah, Arnold has been terrific in this one for Wheaton. But Emerson with their first possession here. Chelsea Gibbons at the top of the key, gives it off to Carla Polino. Bushy unable to handle it, it's Arnold with the steal.
Good steal there from Arnold. She's a great defensive player. Leads the team in rebounds per game. It's really solid all around on both sides of the ball.
And Arnold has been terrifically offensively as she picks up a dribble, giving it off to Kiki Walters. Walters back to Fernandez. Inside, it's Keeter. Keeter looking to use her height to her advantage, but it will be a turnover for Wheaton.
Yeah, going to be an offensive foul. I think she might have got her on the charge there. Or do they call it a travel? I couldn't quite see, but yeah, watch out for Keeter in this half because she has a huge height advantage on everyone on the Emerson Lions roster. You see they're working on Devin Hill in the post, but Devin Hill is only 5'9", which, you know, they got her playing really center right now, and that's small for a center.
Yeah, Devin Hill terrific inside, but we'll see with that matchup with Keeter how she reacts. But for Emerson, they get 2 points on the board. It was Carla Polino.
That's a good move there from Carla Polino, cutting on the weak side, able to get it to her dominant hand, just get it in off the glass.
Emerson up by 3, looking to get a stop defensively. Arnold on the far side, gives it to Walters. Fernandez now on the near side working on Gibbons, bounce pass to Keeter. Keeter with the jumper, that one short.
Yeah, that shot felt a little bit like settling to me for Wheaton. Probably could have got a cleaner look as Delorier is going to go for the fast break. Really, no call again. So I mentioned this in the first, Jared, but it seems like the refs have been really hesitant to call shooting fouls. There's been a lot of blocks, offensive fouls that haven't ended up sending a player to the line. But in terms of sending players to that free throw line, the refs have been pretty lenient.
Yeah, it's been very physical. A lot of contested shots, and physicality has really been at an all-time high in this one. But for Wheaton, down by 3, looking to change things up for the Lions with a Y. As Arnold on the far side, giving it off to Minos. Now inside, it's Keeter. Keeter picks up her dribble, back out to Arnold on the far side. Arnold with the elbow. That pass knocked away.
By Devin Hill.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to get one up. It's Fernandez with the right hand. That one no good.
So you saw in there, as I said earlier, Keeter's got the huge size advantage on Devin Hill. She tried to work her in the post, but Devin Hill able to just keep the body on her, make it more difficult for her to force a shot, whether it be a hook, whatever it might be. Passes it out, forces Fernandez to try a contested layup, and she's in foul trouble now, so she's going to come back to the bench.
As something to keep an eye on with Fernandez and the fouls is, of course, 5 is the rule in college. Definitely something to watch. And now Ella Bushy inside. Great help from Walters on defense.
Kiki Walters, the star freshman guard out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, averages almost 10 points a game, which is amazing for the new MAC. Really good numbers, especially for a freshman.
And Keeter gets double teamed, still with it, but it's going to be a travel.
Yeah, it's a great trap from Devin Hill and Carla Polino there. Great job with a quick defensive play, forcing the travel, getting Emerson an extra possession.
And for Wheaton, it's Maddie Mueller checking into the game, the 6'1" sophomore.
Yeah, Maddie Mueller, they'd like to get her involved. She has the height on Emerson, obviously, in the 6-foot club. She's from Carver, Mass., so a local lady. Played in all games thus far.
As the bounce pass was intended for Devin Hill, but Hill was unable to handle it, just out of the reach. Wheaton will take over. Arnold working on Hill, two of the best players on the court going at each other. And great give and go. Here's Munoz through two defenders. That one no good. Rebound opportunity also no good. Third chance opportunity for Wheaton.
Yeah, on that first shot that went up, again, in other games you would see that called as a foul, but the refs are really just letting him play this game. It's pretty interesting to see.
And I mean, it's been physical all night long, but it will be an inbound for Wheaton.
Luckily, that's Chelsea Gibbons' first foul of the game.
And Arnold faces a couple of Emerson defenders, and it will be a turnover.
Right before you saw it was Keeter. Now it's Arnold trying to use her size to her advantage, but you know, that was a great job from Chelsea Gibbons, seeing what's going on, coming in there, forcing the double team, getting Emerson the possession. Yep. And the Wheaton coaching staff, not happy with that one.
They have not been so pleased offensively, as they have been quiet to say the least. Devin Hill, mid-range jumper from the free throw line, no good.
Devin Hill hasn't been able to get many shots to fall today, the lowest scoring player on the court right now, which is unusual. She's usually one of the top.
Yeah, one of the top players, especially inside. Kiki Walters navigating, gets inside to Munoz. Munoz, fadeaway jumper, too strong.
Too strong there, good rebound. Lions defense has been great so far this half.
And
held
Emerson,
Wheaton scoreless.
They're originally looking to run. It looked like they might have had a fast break opportunity, but regardless, it'll be a foul on Wheaton.
Yeah, foul there on Sprague. That's her second. And the Emerson defense has been incredible here. Like I said, just finding ways to stop the size advantage for Wheaton.
And Hill's shot a little short. Great rebound by Gibbons. As Polino back to Gibbons. This one from downtown.
Bang, bang.
Bullseye.
Like I said, she is the hottest shooter on this team. 6 points now. Both of them coming from outside the three-point line, shooting over 40% from the three-point line, rather. And that's good for third in the NUMAC.
Yep, Emerson up by 6. Wheaton looking for an answer. As Arnold threw that one inside. Looking for Sprague, but back to Arnold with the right hand. That one no good. Great defense from Hill.
Some more great defense from Devin Hill. She's done a great job guarding the post in this half.
And Kiki Walters with a great steal. Walters against Polino, and shit is blocked.
That is ferocious, and she tried to sell the contact after that. Kiki Walters did. That was a ferocious block from Polino. Great defensive play from the senior.
And fast break opportunity. And Bushy's going to be shooting too.
Yeah, the rest have been lenient, but you can't let that one go. Clear and obvious foul on Ella Bushy, who's going to go to the line now. She's shooting 76.4% from the charity stripe so far this season. So Emerson's going to look to get up by 8 points here. Still held Wheaton scoreless so far as we are halfway through the third quarter. Great, great, great defensive effort, really punctuated by that monster block from Carla Polino just a second ago.
And what a play by Polino defensively. She has been one of the leaders of this team and really brings solid height to the lineup at 5'10", and you know she used all of it there with a great block defensively. And Bushy's free throw, no good. Rebound by Arnold. And Sprague able to chase that ball before going out of bounds. And Fernandez back to Sprague. This one from deep. She nails it.
It was a good job initially from Emerson starting. She was looking for the baseline cut, but they overcommitted a little bit, sending two bodies over to Fernandez, unfortunately leaving Sprague right open on the three-point line.
And Wheaton cuts the lead to 4. Delorier picks up her dribble, finding Gibbons. But Kiki Walters with another steal.
Yeah, Kiki Walters has been great on the steals so far in this half.
And Walters has been terrific. Now Sprague looking to get things going offensively. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Emerson up 37-33. Abby Fernandez, great crossover, still with it. Before Emerson looking like they caused the turnover, but it'll be a held ball, and Wheaton will stay with it.
Wheaton's going to retain possession there. It looked like Quinn O'Connor Sorry, Chelsea Gibbons really had that.
Now Fernandez uses the screen. Fernandez needs to get a shot off, does that, but it's short.
So Wheaton switched it up now. They were going for the post game at first, trying to punish Devin Hill, a smaller player. Didn't work out because of Devin Hill's exceptional post defense that we saw displayed throughout the first half. So now they're going for more of a cut and run kind of look on offense, trying to get good looks in that way. Also isn't working.
Great play from Gibbons, but the shot was no good. Walters with the rebound. Kiki Walters, pull-up jumper, that one well short.
Well short indeed, and you know, seems like Wheaton's trying to adjust their offense on the fly. Isn't working out for him.
Oh, and what a
Bush is
feed.
gonna get that one to go.
Emerson not afraid to play fast. They show it there as they have a 6-point lead here.
Great quarter from Bushy so far, and she's up to 9 points.
Sprague going against Polino. Now Arnold getting it over to Fernandez. Fernandez with a great move. Picking up her dribble. Goes inside to Arnold. She'll get that one to fall. Wheaton within 4.
Yeah, finally Arnold gets one to go in the post there. It was only a matter of time, really. They transitioned back to that aspect of their game, trying to get it to go over Devin Hill. That time it works.
Nasha Arnold in double figures now. Pass intended for Devin Hill, and another steal for Kiki Walters. We'll see if Wheaton wants to run.
Yeah,
Walters, great bounce pass. Arnold, what a finish, and the foul.
That takes the wind right out of Emerson Lions' sails because Wheaton has a chance now to make this a 1-point game. Careless pass there from Polino, unfortunate. But Kiki Walters has been exceptional on defense this quarter, and that's why they keep her in there, right? That is what they look for from her, to get those steals, to get the extra possessions for the Wheaton Lions.
And Arnold looking to complete the 3-point play.
Dead silent in the Lions' den right now.
And Arnold will not get a fall, but a key offensive rebound by Fernandez. Giving it off to Sprague. Now Kiki Walters on the far side. Just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Fernandez doubled for a moment, gets out of it. Mid-range jumper, she gets it to go, and we are all tied up at 39.
Yeah, that's just a tough step back mid-range. Polino was actually able to get there on the baseline when she tried to get on her weak side, that being Fernandez, but just a good step back shot. You expect that from a player of her caliber.
Delorier, cross-court pass over to Polino. Polino sizing up her defender. Dishes it off. Now Bushy, just over the free throw line, puts it up with the left. That one no good.
Yeah, and Bill Gould's furious there with the no call. But like I said, the rest have been letting him play when it comes to finishing on the post.
Just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. This one all knotted up at 39. Kiki Walters lost the handle, but last touch by Emerson.
Ava Salty's going to check into the game now for Carla Polino, give her a little bit of a breather. She's had a great defensive half, though.
Walters hauls in the inbound pass. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Fernandez working near side. Fernandez, great move, step back jumper, no good. But what a rebound by Arnold. Gets it off to Walters. Off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Gibbons.
Yeah, Fernandez trying to take over there with the contested mid-range, but that's a great display of size from Nasha Arnold, able to get that board. And it looks like Wheaton's going to get it back now, went out of bounds off of an Emerson Lion.
Yeah, costly error there for Emerson, giving Wheaton back the possession, but Coach Gould calms his squad down, and they're looking for a defensive stop here on this possession.
Yeah, Emerson has just allowed Wheaton to get right back in it.
Walters went under a defender, but it looks like there was some contact there, Jackson.
Looked like there was indeed, and they're going to give it to her. So Kiki Walters is going to go to the line now. Foul on Liv Delorier, that's her second, but Kiki Walters shoots 82.2% from the line on the season. So you'd expect her to knock both of these down, which is going to give Wheaton a 2-point lead. Now, what went wrong here? Because Emerson came out, they looked hot, held Wheaton scoreless for the entirety of the first half of this quarter.
Yep.
And now they've scored 11 points.
11 quick points for Wheaton. They have a 2-point lead. Chelsea Gibbons and Emerson looking to change that. as Gibbons dribbling around the perimeter. Gets it to Bruno inside before dishing it off to Delorier on the far side. Great defense by Walters. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ella Bushy driving straight to the rack, and we are tied.
That's a big bucket and a timely bucket from Ella Bushy. I think she's been the best offensive player so far in this half, maybe even in this game. 11 points now, the first player on the Emerson Lions to break double digits in this contest.
45 seconds left in the quarter. Fernandez with the bounce pass. That one intercepted by Emerson.
Great steal there. She was looking for the baseline cut, and Emerson read it.
Bruno in the post, dishes off to Bushy. Ella Bushy just a little bit short on the layup.
And again, no call there on the contact. Refs really letting them play in terms of interior finishing. Fernandez gonna look to take the lead right before the half, or the quarter end rather, sorry.
Just about a second and a half difference between the game clock and shot clock. 14 seconds left in the quarter. Wheaton could hold for the last shot as we're tied up at 41. And that will be a foul on Emerson.
Chelsea Gibbons' second foul.
So now the shot clock officially off. 9.4 seconds left in the quarter. All tied up at 41. It's Sprague on the inbound. Sprague puts it up as it's Fernandez over Riley Sprague for three. No good. Rebound won by Wheaton, but it won't matter as time expires. 41-41 after 3 quarters. And Jackson, after a really tight first half, it really stood the same in the third quarter. It was very back and forth.
Yeah, it was, and it really was only that way in the second half, because the first half Emerson came out guns blazing, and then Wheaton was able to come back and match. You know, you leave the same players on there for a good amount of time. There were players on there, you know, Chelsea Gibbons stayed in the whole entire time. Delorier stayed in the whole entire quarter. You know, you start to get tired legs where Wheaton is making a lot more substitutions, making a lot more rotations clear. So for Emerson, it seems like they're getting tired on defense. The transition offense wasn't as good toward the end of that third period. So Wheaton able to get themselves right back in. We got a tie game.
Yeah, it's been excellent so far. And for Emerson, I mean, team ball has been one of their more efficient parts of their game. But if you're Coach Bill Gould over there for the Lions, really, what are you telling your squad heading into the final quarter of action?
The defense has been good. It's been solid the whole time. You know, Wheaton averages 62.1 points per game. Looks like they're definitely not going to get there. It's sitting at 40, 3 quarters of this game. So you're going to probably keep them under what they usually score, but Emerson is also probably going to be under what they usually score. And that, to me, reflects on a strong defense, a strong defensive showing from Wheaton, and a little bit of a lackluster offensive performance from Emerson at times. But it also, we've seen flashes of greatness. You know, if Emerson has been able to play their best ball throughout this whole game, this would be a much different story at the end of the third. They'd be up by 10 or 20. So we need to see the good things more and the bad things less. It's simple as that. That's what it takes in basketball. Basketball is a game of runs, and Emerson has been a hot and cold team throughout this entire contest. Let's see if they can stay hot throughout the fourth quarter.
Yep, fresh 10 minutes on the clock here for the final quarter of action. Emerson and Wheaton all tied up at 41. Chelsea Gibbons on the baseline, bounce pass over to Devin Hill. And it'll be a travel on Carla Polino, not the way Emerson was looking to start.
Yeah, that looked like an NBA type of travel. You know, she takes it, you know, fakes a little bit, takes that extra step. So that's an unfortunate turnover there for Carla Polino.
First possession for Wheaton. Nasha Arnold with 12 points on the night. Fernandez on the far side, working on Gibbons. Fernandez using the screen there. Now Arnold back out. Fernandez, 6 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to get something off. Now 3 seconds. Fernandez loses her dribble. Sprague's going to have to go from downtown. Way too much on that one.
That's great defensive effort there, as the Lions are going to force a 30-second violation. But, you know, the hustle there. You see Salty fall to the ground among some other players. Just really, really trying to gut out this game in what's been a defensive battle.
9 minutes left in this one. Still tied at 41. Pass inside intended for Devin Hill, but Delorier gets it after it was knocked away by someone on Wheaton.
And I think she stepped on the line, on the baseline. She was looking for the cut. Substitutions here. We're going to see Greta Minos come in the game.
Sprague goes to the bench. Minos now in, as she is one of the better three-point shooters on this team. Something to really look out for. And Kiki Walters dishes it off to Nasha Arnold. Arnold feeds it back to Walters. Walters puts it on the floor before picking up her dribble. And what a play there. Jumper, no good. As Emma Kiernan was almost able to put that one in.
Looks like Kiernan took the shot, and Arnold, they're going to call her on an over-the-back foul, so it's going to be the Lions' possession. Emerson Lions, that is.
And 8:38, 41-41, still tied up. There have been no points scored in this quarter. And if you're just joining us, I'm Jared Veluzzi here with Jackson Tolliver. It has been action-packed, to say the least, as it is prime NUMAC women's basketball at its finest. Carla Polino at the top of the key. Over to Chelsea Gibbons. Now Liv DeLaurier on the near side, sizing up her defender. DeLaurier over to Salty. Salty in the corner. Now in the paint, Salty gets the pass over to Carla Polino. In and out.
Just rims out. That's unfortunate. You hope to see some of those shots fall from Polino, but hasn't been able to find the three-point shot so far this season.
2 minutes have gone by. No points on the board for either team. Now Fernandez working on Hill. Jumper, no good.
You notice Chelsea Gibbons and Carla Polino have played a tremendous amount of minutes in this half. Coach Gould really trusting his seniors to bring his team home to win.
And Salty took on a couple defenders there, losing the ball though. We'll see if Wheaton's looking to run. Fernandez puts it inside. Keeter, she'll draw some contact.
Yeah, now they're going to call it on the contact. That one's going to be on Devin Hill, trying to stop the size advantage. But, you know, I don't know about the officiating so far, because it seems like it's only been selective when they want to call for contact, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's been quiet in here to be talking about that, right? We're gonna come over here.
It's been a little bit of a theme in the game, you know. I mean, some plays have been much more physical than others. Definitely something to take note of. But Wheaton gets the first point of the quarter for either team, as it is Keeter from the line, and the 6'2" freshman gets 2 points to go. Give her 4 on the evening. Wheaton up by 2.
We need some more energy in here, Jared. You know, when the opposing team's shooting free throws, we need to be going ballistic. If I was on the microphone, I'd be going crazy. I'd be dancing. I'd be getting in their head.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something we saw earlier in the season. Hopefully Emerson, you know, gets back into that type of energy. But they do turn it over. Abby Fernandez and Wheaton looking to get something going offensively.
Emerson needs a stop here to keep any sort of momentum.
Keeter long 2, just short.
Good board there from Polino. Salty's going to slow the game down.
It's Ava Salty dribbling the ball now. Salty sizing up her defender. Emerson down by 2. Wheaton holds a 43-41 lead. Polino over to Devin Hill. Mid-range jumper. That one just rims out.
Yeah, Devin Hill just hasn't been able to find the shot this game. And, you know, you could credit that maybe to Wheaton's size. So she hasn't been able to find those cut opportunities or those post-play opportunities that she usually is.
3-point attempt, no good, as Minos almost made it a 5-point game. Polino gives it to Salty. Salty thought about it, but picks up her dribble. Great feed to Devin Hill, as there was some contact as Hill was driving to the rack. And checking back into the game is Ella Bushy, the leading scorer for Emerson on the season. Devin Hill will take a break. And with 6:18 left in this one, you might be seeing a lot of Ella Bushy, obviously. And Polino puts it on the floor. Carla Polino just short.
Yeah, I mean, trying to shoot over Regan Keeter is tough. She's 6'2" freshman. It's tough to get anything over her. But Polino tried it and almost went in. I'm curious to see how this one ends. Emerson's really got to step it up offensively. The defense has been all right on both sides of the ball. But there's only been 2 points scored in this quarter.
As 4 minutes have gone by, just 6 minutes remain in the contest. Fernandez for Wheaton facilitating. Gives off to Arnold. Now Walters on the near side, uses the screen from Arnold. Nasha Arnold working on DeLaurier. Great spin move, and she gets that one to go. Wheaton up by 4.
Yeah, that's a great move coming off the baseline to the weak side, able to switch over to the dominant hand and finish it over DeLaurier. And here we go. We got a steal from Fernandez.
And there's a steal. Fernandez won't miss that one. Wheaton up by 6. And we'll get a timeout. And Jackson, it looks like we have a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Oh, certainly. The Lions have got to respond, and they've got to respond fast if they want to keep their undefeated conference record alive. They are 1-0 so far in the conference, and Wheaton are 0-1. So as we get, into the second half of the season here, these conference games are going to start adding up. We haven't seen many yet because, there was break and whatnot. But, throughout January and February and into the playoffs, hopefully, into March, we're going to see more conference matchups. And these are the ones that you need to win, right? Because this determines your seeding. This determines, the good teams from the not-so-good teams. So Emerson's got to look to keep this undefeated conference record going. Even though they are 6-10 on the year, the conference record is what really matters. And this is a really crucial conference game for both sides.
Yeah, and when, the end of the year rolls around, you'll be looking back and being like, man, we almost had that one in conference play. That could be the difference of whether making the playoffs or not, or a higher seed like you mentioned. So this certainly is a big one, as every new MAC game has so much at stake. So Emerson really looking to change momentum.
And it'd be a bummer to lose one where you played well for so much of the game, and then you played not so well offensively for the rest of the game, right? Let's see if they can maintain some consistency as we close out this game.
5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Emerson trails by 6. And Carlo Polino will give it off to Quinn O'Connor. O'Connor double team for a moment. Finds Ella Bushy. Bushy using her speed, but there will be some contact, and it looked like that one was going to go against Walters.
Yeah, it's on Kiki Walters. That's a third. Nobody really in foul trouble here as we come to the witching hour, as they say, of this game.
Chelsea Gibbons will be the one inbounding, finds Ella Bushy. The shot clock went back to 20 seconds. Gibbons navigating before finding Polino. Inside, that one intercepted. It was Minos over to Kiki Walters. Walters puts it up, that one no good. Minos on the second chance opportunity. What a play by Greta Minos.
Yeah, it was good effort there from Quinn O'Connors, and I didn't think that second attempt from Minos was going to go in. Unfortunately, it did. And the turnovers here have just absolutely played the Emerson Lions. You can credit that to some mistakes made on some passes, but also you got to give the Wheaton Lions some credits. They've been really, really efficient on these steals.
And Emerson down by 8 here. Less than 5 minutes left. You have to think a basket obviously is so key to really stop the bleeding and stay in this one. So we'll see what Emerson has in store offensively.
Yeah, you don't want to go to double digits at this point in the game.
And Carla Polino, no good, as that one almost rattled in, but it falls just out of the basket. Kiki Walters thought about the three-pointer, but decides to get it back out to Abby Fernandez.
Got to get a stop here if you're Emerson.
Huge possession. Wheaton up by 8. And Bushy will knock that one out of the hands of Walters, so it will stay with Wheaton. Just 11 on the shot clock, 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, 4:25, so Emerson needs to get something going here. You're running out of time. You got to find one of those hot streaks that you found at other points in the game where you've gotten some pretty sizable leads.
And Keeter, turnaround jump shot, nothing but net, and Wheaton has a double-digit point lead.
Yeah, Devin Hill's done a solid job defending the post in this game, but, it does get tough to guard a 6'2 freshman, and they've got a few inches on you throughout the whole game.
And that three-pointer barely missed. O'Connor gets the rebound, but she travels. And the Emerson bench does not like that one.
Contact there, so she's obviously frustrated with that decision, but it's getting dire now for Emerson.
And with Wheaton building a 10-point lead, Emerson is scoreless in this fourth quarter. Just 4 minutes left in this one. It is getting late early, as Emerson will have to get something going offensively here, but it all starts with a key stop on defense.
It does start with the stop on defense. We're now sub 4 minutes. Emerson's got to get some energy here. Let's see some energy like that from Quinn O'Connor with the near steal.
O'Connor took a chance, a little bit of a miscommunication on defense. Doesn't matter. Bushy with a key rebound.
Chelsea Gibbons 3 would be pretty timely here right now.
As Gibbons was the one who brought it up court, but it's O'Connor here on the near side picking up her dribble. Gibbons bounces it inside the Bushy. Bushy, great move, but the shot is off.
A lot of rim outs in this quarter. Some real close buckets that could have made this game a lot closer down the stretch.
Some unfortunate breaks for Emerson as Wheaton looking to build on the 10-point lead. As a basket here will make it really hard for Emerson to come back. As Sprague found Fernandez, what a move, but the shot is no good. Emerson's still alive.
That was a great move, trying to just get it in the post, going for a low move, but didn't quite work out.
Bushy at the top of the key, 2:50 left in the contest. Quinn O'Connor. O'Connor looking to make a flashy move, but that one can't find anything.
I think she was looking for the contact there, but, you know, the officiating remains. They're letting them play.
And Salty, hands active on defense. Now here's the double team, but it looked like Wheaton got a timeout.
Yeah, they got the timeout in just in time. That was probably about to be a turnover for Wheaton. So we got 2.5 minutes left. That's going to be a full timeout, and looks pretty dire for the Emerson Lions, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, just 2:34 left. Sarah Binkhorst with the very good timeout. She took over in the 2019 season. A lot of the reason why all these players are freshmen and sophomores are her recruits, and they've been playing tremendous. But now they have the 10-point lead, but for Emerson, I mean, it's not over yet. There's still 2 minutes and 34 seconds left, but they're going to need a lot to go right here down the stretch.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot to go. You know, it's not quite in miracle hour yet. You know, it is still possible. We've seen crazier things happen. If you start off this possession with a bucket, right? Doesn't have to be a 3, could just be a 2. Then you're in single digits, especially if it's a quick bucket. You got 2.5, give or take, minutes left on the clock. So then you get some stops, string them together, come through, find some of that heat that you found on offense before, right? It's been a start and stop game for Emerson. They've been hot and they've been cold. But defensively, they've remained pretty consistent. They just get tired as the game goes on. Your legs get tired. You lose the ability to be efficient on switches, to really be efficient on cuts, which this Wheaton team loves so much to cut because of their size. So the Lions have to find a way to stay calm, stay composed, and get some of that fire back if they want to have a chance to win this contest.
It all starts with a defensive stop that they're looking to get. And of course, Wheaton puts the ball in the hands of Abby Fernandez, one of the top scorers in the new MAC. Bounce pass, Salty almost with a steal, but Nasha Arnold gets a key bucket.
Yeah, Nasha Arnold has been the player of the game so far. That's her 16th point. We were talking about her going in. She's got size, she's got heart, and she's going to continue to rise in the standings of this team as she has so far this season.
Salty picking up her dribble, finds Ella Bushy. Bushy will lose it. Wheaton retains possession, and with 2 minutes left, up by 12, things are really starting to look good for the squad in blue.
Yeah, this is not how you had to start it, coming out of that timeout if you wanted any hope of remaining in this game. Looks like the Lions are going to fall to 1-1 in the conference so far, 6-11 overall, barring, of course, a miracle.
And Fernandez loses that one. It is a held ball.
They're going to give it to Emerson. Gotta get a score here. You have to get a score to have any sort of chances. Kiki Walters is going to check back in, not really having to worry about foul trouble now with 1:04 left on the clock.
And for Emerson, you got to think that a 3-point ball is necessary here.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you know, obviously take what you can get with this much time in the game, like that. Yeah, it just hasn't been falling. Good rebound, though.
And Delorier for 3.
Oh,
Hold on a second. Lions cut it to single digits.
Not done yet. Single digits game with 1:34, but you got to get a stop here if you want to have any sort of chance. A steal would be ideal, maybe drawing an offensive foul.
Showing a lot of pressure on defense. Wheaton will look to use a lot of this clock here. 15 on the shot clock, 1:16 on the game clock. 3-pointer, Greta Minos, and that could be the dagger.
I think it is the dagger, Jared. I mean, you got to have something unbelievable happen now. That's a big shot from Greta Minos, the sophomore out of Boston, the hometown hero, making it happen here in the 4th.
Yeah, it's her homecoming. Liv Delorier for 3 on the far side corner, no good. And it was Minos on the rebound. And a homecoming really ending fittingly for Greta Minos, as just 47 seconds left on the clock. And barring a miracle, it looks like Wheaton will be coming away with this one.
Yeah, they definitely locked this thing down, and I have to credit it to the amazing defense, but also the ability to change an offense. When you have a dynamic offense like that, that can do so many things to you, can hurt you in the post, can hurt you off the cuts, and can shoot. As we've seen, we saw some big shots down the stretch from Greta Minos. We saw some solid post plays, some solid offense from Nasha Arnold throughout the entire game. So even when Fernandez doesn't have her best game, quote unquote, I mean, she still had 10 points, but that's not her best game. This Wheaton team is finding other ways to score, and they're going to rise to 11-6 overall in the season.
Yeah, and, you know, just like you said, Abby Fernandez, she didn't drop a 20-point game like she did against Regis. But the supporting staff for Wheaton really came to play, and the defensive effort in the fourth quarter was the story in this one. Just 28 seconds left, and Emerson only has 3 points on the board in the quarter.
Oh.
And the icing on the cake. Right. Emma Kiernan calls bank. Wheaton up by 15.
Talk about insult to injury, Jared. I mean, if it wasn't done before, it's definitely done now. Emerson's still going to try to find a shot rather than just letting this one dribble out.
And Emerson looking for one last basket. Polino's going to put it up. That one no good. And that will do it here from the Bobbi Brown and Stephen Plofker gym. Wheaton gets a crucial conference win on the road against Emerson, 59-44. And Jackson, it was really a big-time fourth quarter for the Lions, with a Y, of course.
Yeah, the Lions with the Y. Unfortunately, the Lions with the I couldn't match, only scoring 3 points through that entire quarter, and it came at the end. So, you know, the offense really just grinded to a halt. We saw some hot flashes. So what do you go now? As a team, where do you go? You have to sort of figure out what works and what doesn't work. To me, what works is the ball movement, the cutting. We don't have as much size as some of the other opponents in our conference. So Emerson has got to figure out a way to guard the size, guard the post, and make the right pass, which we do sometimes. When we do it, we win. That cuts the 3-game losing streak, unfortunately, and Wheaton breaks their losing streak. We break our win streak.
Emerson falls to Wheaton by the score of 59-44. For Wheaton, it was Nasha Arnold really getting it done. 16 points was a game high as they take a 59-44 win. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast tonight. For Jackson Tolliver, I'm Jared Veluzzi. Have a great night.
Have a good one.